If you're setting up online bookings for a coach or therapist, but your time slots either don't appear at all or keep showing a strange 8 to 5 schedule instead of your actual working hours, this video is for you. I'll show you how to set up a booking system with time slots, buffer time between sessions, and a simple booking item. No complicated setup, just what you actually need to get it working. I already have a coaching website with services and providers set up. Now all that is left is connecting it to JetAppointment. The easiest way to do that is through the built-in setup wizard, which walks us through the basic configuration in just a few steps. First, I'll select the post type that contains services. Since clients will be working sessions with specific coaches, I'll also enable providers and select the relevant post type. The next step prepares the appointment database. JetAppointment already includes all the required columns needed to store appointments, so there's nothing we need to change here. I'll simply leave the default configuration and continue. Now we arrive at the booking schedule settings. This is where we configure how appointments will actually work. The first option is schedule type, and you'll see 3 different approaches. For coach or therapist, slot is almost always the right choice. Instead of typing their own appointment times, clients simply choose one of the available time slots generated by JetAppointment. Time Picker gives clients much more freedom over selecting a time, which is useful for some booking scenarios, but usually isn't the best fit for private coaching sessions. Recurring is intended for appointments that repeat on a regular schedule, such as weekly classes or ongoing meetings. That is not what we're building today, so I'll keep slots selected. Next comes duration. Since this will be a 1-hour coaching session, I'll change the default duration to 60 minutes. I'll also add a 15-minute buffer after each appointment. This gives the coach enough time to make notes, prepare for the next client, or simply take a short break between sessions. We'll see the effect of these changes on the booking form. Scrolling down, we can also define the default working schedule. For this example, I'll have the coach's working hours from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and leave the weekends unavailable. These settings become the default working schedule for the entire website. We'll later look at how an individual service can override these settings with its own custom schedule. The final step offers to generate booking forms automatically. While that's a great way to get started quickly, in this tutorial we'll build our booking form from scratch using JetFormBuilder, so I'll skip the automatic form generation and finish the setup. Before we build the form, let's look at one important scheduling option. So far we have configured the global booking schedule. By default, every service uses these settings. But if one service needs different duration, buffer time or working schedule, you can enable custom schedule. For example, this is a 30-minute discovery call, so instead of using the global 60-minute session length, I'll enable custom schedule and set its duration to 30 minutes. This service now has its own booking configuration independent of the global settings. When we test the booking form later, you'll see that selecting this service produces a different set of available time slots. Now let's build the booking form itself. Instead of generating it automatically, we'll create it manually in JetFormBuilder. This gives us complete control over both the form and the booking process. I will start with a regular text field for the client's name. Next, I'll add a select field for choosing a service. Since our services are stored as a custom post type, I'll populate this field from posts and select the service's post type. Now I will add the appointment provider field. Unlike a regular select field, this block is provided by JetAppointment and automatically loads available providers. The only thing we need to specify is where it should get the selected service from. In Get Service ID From, I'll choose Form field and then choose the Select Service field we just created. Now the provider list automatically updates based on the selected service. Next comes the appointment date block. This block is responsible for displaying both the calendar and all available booking slots. Just like the provider field, it also needs to know which service and provider was selected. For both Get Service ID From and Get Provider ID From, I'll choose Form field, then connect them to the corresponding fields in the form. With those connections in place, JetAppointment has everything it needs to calculate available dates and time slots for the selected service and coach. Finally, I'll add a standard email field. At this point, visitors can choose a service, select a coach, pick an available time slot, and enter the contact information. But there's still one critical step left. By default, submitting this form only sends the form data. It doesn't create an appointment. To actually save bookings in JetAppointment, open Post-Submit Actions and add the Insert Appointment action. This is probably the most common issue our support team sees. Without this action, the form appears to work normally, but no appointment is ever created. Inside the action, we'll map each field. The service field goes to Service ID field, the provider field goes to Provider ID field, the appointment data block goes to Appointment Date field, the email field goes to User Email field, and finally the name field goes to User Name field. This one is optional. Once these mappings are complete, every successful submission will automatically create a new appointment. Now let's make the form accessible from the website. For this demo, I'm placing the form inside a pop-up and attaching it to the Book an Appointment button in the site header. From the visitor's perspective, the experience is very straightforward. They click the button, the booking form opens, they choose a service, select a coach, pick one of the available time slots, enter their contact details and submit the form. Now, if we switch back to the WordPress dashboard and open the Appointments page, we can see the newly created booking already stored in the system. That confirms that the entire booking flow is working correctly. One more improvement before we finish building the form. If this form is dedicated to a single service, you don't need to display a service selector at all. Instead, we can replace the Select field with a Hidden field. Set its value to the ID of the service. You can find that ID by opening the service in the WordPress dashboard and copying it from the browser's address bar. Now we'll use the Hidden field everywhere the form needs the service ID. First, in the Appointment Provider block, we'll tell it to get the service ID from the Hidden field. Then we'll do the same in the Appointment Date block, so it knows which schedule and available time slots to display. And finally, inside the Insert Appointment section, we'll map the same hidden field to the Service ID field. Functionally, nothing changes. The booking is still created for the correct service, providers are filtered correctly, and the available slots are calculated as expected. The only difference is that the visitor doesn't have to make a choice that's already been made for them. The form becomes simpler, shorter, and easier to complete. Before we wrap up, let's look at 3 common issues you might encounter during setup and how to fix them. The first common problem is seeing time slots from 8 to 5 instead of the working hours you configured globally. When this happens, open the affected service and check its custom schedule settings. Once Use Custom Schedule is enabled, the service no longer follows the global working hours. It uses the duration, buffer, and schedule configured here instead. In this case, the service still has the default 8 to 5 hours. If the service should use the website-wide schedule, simply disable Use Custom Schedule. Or if this service really needs its own availability, keep it enabled and enter the correct working hours manually. After updating the service and refreshing the booking form, the correct time slots should appear. The second common issue is that the form submits successfully but no appointment is created. First, make sure the form has the Insert Appointment Post-Submit action. Without it, the firm may submit, but JetAppointment will not create a booking. If the action is already present, open it and check the field mapping. The Service ID, Provider ID, Appointment Date, and User Email field all need to be mapped to the corresponding fields in your form. If they aren't mapped, the appointment won't be created. And if they're mapped but one of the required fields is left empty, you'll see the appointment info is missing in the form request notification. Once all the appointment data is mapped correctly, the submission should create an appointment normally. The third issue is when a time slot still appears available after it has already been booked. If the appointment is present and the booked slot still appears on the front end, you may be still seeing cached availability data. First, test the form in an incognito window or after refreshing the page. If the slot is still there, clear the website cache and the browser cache, then check again. After the updated availability is loaded, the booked slot should no longer be selectable. And that's it. You now have a full functional appointment booking system that lets visitors reserve available time slots and automatically stores every booking in JetAppointment. If you need to prevent bookings less than 24 hours in advance or configure capacity for group sessions, you'll find links to those guides in the description below. Thanks for watching. If you found this tutorial helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more Crocoblock tutorials, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. See you in the next one.